Well, guys, I was really excited about that performance. We went into the game wanting to get some things done and play a lot of guys, and you can see we played a ton of guys in that game when you look at the participation sheet, and that's good. I thought, we started out offensively. You hate to, with your first 8 like that, go 3 and out as we did, but the defense, held them, and then we were able to kind of get back on track a little bit offensively. We're starting to play with some, get the ball in the hands of some explosive playmakers, which I believe that we've got some good young ones, and we've got to continue to do that. The offensive line, again, just another great learning experience as we're moving forward. So, kind of what we needed to get last week's taste out of our mouth, and you know what, they're going to win some games in the Big Sky Conference too.
That game go almost according to script the way you really needed it to.
Well, it's disappointing because, what they run power down our throats there at the end, in the last 2 drives, and I think Boston College runs out about every play, and so we've got our work cut out for there. But really, it's what we want to do. We wanted to go out and dominate an opponent. I felt we did for the most part. And this will be a good film for us to learn from.
Did you feel good about this being one of the first times that your offense and defense were both performing at high levels, at the same time?
Yeah, I thought it was a complete team out there. It really was, and yet each kind of picked each other up when they needed to, and it's like I said, we're getting better, and we've got some good players. We're going to get some players back, I think, here coming through this next week. And it's kind of the way you kind of segment the season a little bit. Kind of look at this as a little bit the end of the first quarter. We're going into the second quarter now, and we've got to get a lot of work done this off week, and keep working on the things that we need to do to get ourselves over the hump.
Last week we talked about Garrett Grayson's numbers being a little bit illusionary.
Yeah.
Were they more pertinent?
I know he threw for a bunch, but here's a good thing. We finally hit some deep balls, and I think the explosive guys, played explosive, and that's good. When we get the ball in their hands, with them moving, they have a chance to finish, and that's kind of what we did for the most part. I thought it was good, and Garrett was. We missed a 3rd down, and he does the exact right thing. We kind of bust the route, and they're right before half, which was disappointing. And as you guys know me by now, I'll be upset all night with a couple of those instances. But at the same time, I thought Garrett, played like he should.
Like Richard obviously came out of it, last year, proved that he can make plays. But Elroy Masters today, Xavier Williams so far this season, you really happy with the way your young receivers are showing this year?
We're getting there, and we've done a good job of recruiting to that position. We've got good size, and then we sprinkled in a little more speed there, and I think the future is bright at that spot. And the good part is we can continually grow and get better. I mean, a lot of these guys haven't played a ton of football, and so that bodes well for moving forward.
Coach, do you have a so-called go-to receiver? Seemed like Higgins was early in the game and then started spreading the ball around.
I think we've got get-it-tos in the game plan, knowing that guys have to touch the ball if they haven't touched it. We try everywhere we've been, tried to spread the ball around as much as possible. I think it's important to keep the defense, from honing in on one guy. I think Garrett has a great comfort level on certain routes with guys. Hansley, I think he's, has a certain comfort level. Obviously, Charles Lovett. And the more and more we kind of get these other guys in and the calls from a get-it-to standpoint, I think, spreading it around is kind of the way I believe.
How important was it for you to get like a Nick Stevens and
Yeah.
Kevin Nutt some more time in the secondary, Sean Johnson?
Yeah, those guys played a lot and played early. We had a rotation set where a lot of those guys were playing. As you go back and watch the video, in significant part of the game, not just in mop-up duty. I think that is something that shows, you know, the depth we're developing and really the competition in positions. Those guys have practiced well. They deserve to get in there and play, and that's what we try to do.
Ideally, that's what you needed out of this game, was really a big lead so you could get Nick some snaps.
Yeah, we were wanting to do that and planned on doing it. And, you know, as it was, you know, that they went down and scored, and I think we, you know, threw Garrett back in, and he got a cheap one to Elroy there or whatever. But, you know, Nick came in, and I think it's good that I think he completed his first collegiate pass, didn't he?
He did.
That's kind of cool, because mine was an incompletion.
At least it wasn't.
I can live it right now, I can tell you. You know, it was a bad throw.
Jim, how much more of an effort was there to kind of go deep on some of those early passes? It seemed like,
Well,
I know
you
you
know,
said last time maybe they hadn't opened up, but was it a conscious effort to
No,
try to do
you know,
more, or was it
they're
just-
all
was
part
it-
of the read,
Okay.
and, you know, you count it was actually 10, I think I told you 9 last week, and you know, we only connected on 2 of them and had guys there. That's our responsibility to get the right play catchers in the position, and today you know, we completed a few of them, and those are big now. When you can get one of those where you're not having to grind out, you know, first downs all the time, and that helps.
Were you pretty happy with the way your defense played today? I know they had the scoring drives they had were quick, but for the most part, they played pretty stingy, and you kept them from getting really.
Yeah, we
anything
did. I
established.
thought towards the end there, we didn't play with very good pad level. I'm sure that they'll be able to sit here in a couple weeks that the team would play next and start licking their chops a little bit. So, but you know what? We kept the ball in front of us. We competed for most throws. I thought Sean there at the end. I mean, that was a fantastic. That's as competitive as we've had a corner be in a while on that go route down on our sideline when he should have, you know, almost intercepted. But that's good, and we've just got to continue as we move forward.
Did you get accomplished what you wanted to in the ground game, and are you getting a better handle for how Treyas and Dee can be
Yeah,
work in together?
you know, it's interesting. They were both really, really good baseball players where they came from. All right, believe it or not, they were kind of little league legends, you know, in the local parks there. And so I had to kind of, after about the 3rd series, you know, just mention to them that, you know, in the game of baseball, every time you go up, it's not a home run. All right, and sometimes they're looking to bounce and do, you know, things that trying to make a home run all the time, instead of just go do what you're supposed to do, and then eventually, you know what, that guy's going to pipe you one and you'll take it out of the park. And it's kind of what happened on J.O.'s run, you know, and those are lessons to be learned, and yet those guys want to hit a home run every time they touch it.
I think we lead into a discussion of the pitch count.
I was holding on that for you.
Injuries. We saw Aaron Davis leave.
Yeah, Aaron Davis.
Calendar.
Aaron Davis, Nick Callender had ankles. I can't tell you if it's high ankle, low ankle. You know, I mean, every guy we have an ankle we do surgery on now. But I don't know. They'll be fine. You know, I think we came out pretty good. We won't know till the morning when they check in.
Jim, 3 games in, where do you feel like Jason fits with these running backs?
Well, I think we're starting to figure out our identity back there a little bit, and they'll, you know, each have a role. As you know, I think it's important to have options, you know, at those positions, and you know, we'll keep our pitch count on their runs, all right, just for Terry.
How important is this next week in terms of just getting healthy? Do you feel like you're going to get some of these guys back?
Well, it'll be big, but most of all, it'll be, you know, we're going to work against ourselves when we get back, and you know, there's some things that we've written down going into this bye week that we have to get straight from a fundamental standpoint. So we'll do a lot of that, and you know, we'll give these guys, you know, Monday and Friday basically off, and then obviously Saturday, that they can rest their bodies and be prepared kind of hit this next segment of the schedule.
It's a good timing for a bye. I mean, you get 3 game films that you can come over, find things that you're happy with, not happy with, and really use this week to your advantage.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, bye weeks are good because we're going to be able to get out on the road with our guys, see some high school games here in the state of Colorado, you know, where we recruit the heaviest, and so we're looking forward to that. I think this will be good for that. It also gives you guys, you know, we've come off that grind of 2-a-days. Obviously, you know, an emotional kickoff game when you first play that. You know, last week didn't play well, and yet, you know, I think that the way we won, you know, is going to be good going into the bye week, and you know, I don't know, I haven't ever figured out when a good one is. You know, last year we canceled one and picked up a, you know, 30-second game, whatever the heck it was. So, but I think it'll be good for us.
Will your coaches just stay in state to recruit this next week?
Yeah, it'll be in state, and then we'll hit some of the areas where we've got some commits already and that kind of stuff, just to go get out and see some guys play.
Did kickers miss field goal play a role in the decision to go for it on 4th and 1 and 3rd?
No, that was one of those. That was one of those kind of trying to make a statement that backfired. They kicked our tail. Kind of makes you feel kind of grumpy about it, but you know, kicker. I mean, the guy missed off his favorite hash, for Christ's sake. I can't say that, can I? The guy missed off his favorite hash, and he wasn't kicking it off great, and you could kind of tell. But you know, he'll strike it off, and he'll be fine. This will be good. This will give me some ammunition here for the next 2 weeks with the kicker. All right. Thanks, guys.